Hey everyone, welcome back and happy, Thursday. All right, guys. Well, this is one of the best weeks. I mean, especially for August. Today's a good day. Today's Thursday, and last night we got the Real Housewives of Miami episode, but I've said this in every video that I've done today. When I am sitting there watching an episode and not taking my eyes off of it, I'm like, that is when I know it is a good housewives show. And then tonight we get the Real Housewives of Orange County, but on top of that, we get the next new episode. So we get 2 episodes of Miami this week. Yeah. And also, Jason and I's a little Cinderella love story dropped on Hello Prenup. So you can go anywhere you listen to your podcast or even on YouTube to Hello Prenup and check that out as well. Lots to talk about, lots to discuss, especially with the Valley and Gia and NextGen. It does not stop. So hit the like button, show some love, and here we go. All right, guys. So where do we start? There's so much. Before we get into the Valley, of course, I have to start with this because this was one of the biggest things. But Gia Giudice ended up expressing a little bit of regret for naming her aunt, Melissa Gorga, as the least iconic New Jersey housewife during one of the Watch What Happens live questions. And I think after she saw it, she wished that she would have phrased it differently. It's obviously different watching your mom do this and then being in the hot seat yourself. But she clarified that the chapter with Joe and Melissa, it's closed. There's no further drama needed. They don't want anything to do with each other's families, and that's it. Now, there was an off-camera chat with Andy during a commercial break, and she said, I should have put Dina first. And Andy said, yeah, I agree. And then she also opened up about Special Forces, saying that it was grueling, tearful, and she said, I'm way more excited for Special Forces to air than Next Gen. Listen, we love that. I actually saw where there are now casting rumors coming out about Next Gen, and that's really what I wanted to get down to. I saw where this came out, and it says, okay, that we might have a new cast member. Interesting, because it doesn't let you translate on here, but I don't even need to translate. Girl is gorgeous. She looks like money. And if we're adding her to the mix, I'm all about it. I don't care. Okay. Now, I mean, honestly, like, do any of you guys care if she comes back to the Valley or if she joins the Valley or Next Gen? No, we don't. There's like 500 fucking shows in my head right now. But we're going to get into this really quick because Andy Cohen, it was during a film break at the season 2 reunion where he was like, okay, at this point, guys, I don't even know what to say to you. We need some help. Brittany, will you lead us in a prayer? And she started laughing and she agreed. She wanted to lighten the mood, but he complimented both of them, saying that at the end of the day, they both did what they needed to do. And Andy said he pressed Jax about his emotional well-being and his intentions. And when asked if the reunion marked a step towards forgiveness, Brittany, she was honest. She said, I don't know. It's going to take a lot for him to prove that he's actually changing. I agree with that. And I also think that her life with Jax goes way beyond this show. She has a son with Jax. It's not just like, oh, okay, well, let's just make better for all of you guys on camera. And then I get to get back to my house with my son and then get rage text and deal with all of the things internally while I'm putting on a public persona and a front that everything is okay at home. No, nobody wants to do that. Literally, nobody. But moving on, then I saw this. When I saw this, I was like, oh shit, this is major. So thank you to Bravo Snarkside, but Time apparently wrote an article saying Jax Taylor's departure isn't enough. It's time to put the Valley out of its misery. Television has gotten pretty dark. The True Crime Factory pumps out more real life nightmares every day. Millions of viewers are binging on post-apocalyptic misery, whether it takes the shape of The Last of Us fungal wasteland or Silo's crumbling underground city or the sterile billionaire stronghold in paradise. Okay. So they said, I am, of course, talking about Bravo's The Valley, the Vanderpump Rules spinoff that follows some of the latter series' most notorious characters. Mhm. Like the early season of Vanderpump, as well as the network's Real Housewives and Below Deck franchises. The Valley was introduced as light entertainment. In this case, the comedy inherent in the premise of what was hard partying, adulthood resisting millennial Angelinos adjusting to marriage, mortgage payments, and parenthood. Yeah, that's true. Instead, viewers have spent 2 seasons looking on in horror as many of the cast members have torn their lives and families apart with public scrutiny, only adding heat to the crucible. Far from entertaining, the show has become genuinely painful to watch now as its second season ends in a trilogy of miserable reunion episodes. I wish Bravo would just pull the plug. I think that this is, by the way, it's such a bold statement, but whether or not you're inclined to invoke loaded and in some cases legal terms, domestic violence, emotional abuse, sexual assault, stalking, slander, slut shaming, etc., to describe these behaviors, only sadists could enjoy watching real people inflict and endure such a litany of tortures. It's particularly disturbing to see them normalized within the conventions of a TV format designed to escalate petty slight fights and rivalries, I think is what they meant, into social wars. So stupid. They're funny. Real suffering is kryptonite to rich people problems, entertainment. I think what they're trying to say without like going down this rabbit hole, clearly what they're saying is the valley has gotten too dark. Now, I think that Bravo hears you. I think NBC hears you, Time Magazine. I think that everyone hears you, but I think that that's exactly why they eliminated Jax Taylor going into the third season, put him on pause or fired him or he took a break or whatever we're going to call this. It seems like that's exactly why this transpired the way that it did. I think they're trying to do everything that they can because the show does well. It's just there are a few little shifts that need to be made. And before, when there were shifts that needed to be made to a franchise, like the last big time that shifts needed to be made, that was Real Housewives of New York. Then they did a whole cast overhaul. And then we ended up getting a new cast, which they're all great, but it didn't make sense for us. And we were like, no, no, that's not the cast for us. But okay. So moving on. I'm like, ay, ay, ay. Now, back to Andy Cohen. I don't know if you guys heard this, but I'm going to play a clip.
Now I'm coming in cold to Love Island just as a fan, which, by the way, talk about being able to live your fantasy. Just imagine being able to watch a whole series and then you have the privilege to host the reunion. And they say you and Ariana are going to do it together. I want to tell you, and I've talked a lot about Ariana and how much I love her as a host of the show. And I just think her tone is so right. And it's so great. And before the actual reunion, we were shooting something special. And I was like, you know what? The fandom of Love Island is so big. This is like one of those things someone would at one of those fancy New York City auctions where they auction once in a lifetime experiences. This would go for a lot of money being able to do this. Don't take this for granted. Anyway, I feel like the fans are going to be really happy. I don't want to give any spoilers. There were several unseen moments played at the Love Island reunion that I think will clear up a few fan conspiracies and cleared things up for some of the Islanders. I believe we really touched, all the hot button issues and a lot of the stuff that has happened outside of the villa once they left. A lot of the stuff that's happened on social media. We found out where everybody is today. So now I'm coming in cold to Love Island.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. I just hit you with a lot, but we know you're going to pop off. So see you in a little bit. And don't forget to check out our episode Jason and I's little Cinderella story that drops with Hello Prenup on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcast today. Go check it out. I will put the link in the description. Love you guys. Bye.